Dogecoin. Let's just talk about this a little bit because it's the elephant in the room. I'm glad you spoke about it during your presentation, and we're gonna talk about Safemoon also.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, this Dogecoin situation unavoidable at this point. It is quickly becoming bigger and bigger. It seems like every day
it's passing multi-billion-dollar companies every day.
Top 10 crypto market cap.
Number 5.
Yep.
Okay. So we spoke about.
What's the reason it's going?
We spoke about Doge a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Got a clip on it on YouTube. So let's revisit this conversation for all the people that say you don't talk about Dogecoin. So all right. How do we feel about Dogecoin?
Can we first say congratulations to the people who have made money?
Congratulations.
I'm proud of y'all.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Like people is weird. Like it's like
you're not gonna build your brand off talking shit about us.
Well, it's not even. It's like sometimes people will be like they'll make money and then be like anybody that didn't get in Doge, y'all just hate. I'm never gonna be mad at somebody for making money. We created the platform.
As long as it's legal. Yeah.
We created the platform for people to make money. So I respect everything. I respect anything that you're gonna do to make money as long as it's legal. You're not screwing nobody over. So kudos to everybody out there that's made money on Doge.
They were like, I told you, I got my whole kids' college tuition. I'm like, yo, I'm happy for you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Man.
Like you made some money. Like,
but depending on what brokers you use, some of you are now having issues liquidating the 150 that you made.
They chopping your Wi-Fi up a little bit, Ian. But we'll make it work. Okay, so Dogecoin. It started off as a joke. Everybody knows. Well, maybe everybody doesn't know the story, but the Dogecoin actually started off as a joke. And it actually had a run even like years ago. I remember in 2018, something like that. They were talking about Doge, and they were saying it was a joke, and it was like doing well at that time relative to how it actually debuted. So Dogecoin is not new. Dogecoin has actually had runs before. It's just that this is like the bigger run, and
the biggest.
You know, you obviously got Elon Musk for some reason that's fascinated with Doge. It's interesting to see what his fascination with Doge is. But that's actually helped a lot, obviously. So the thing about the crypto space is that there's still a lot of coins that really have no use case, including Bitcoin. Shout out to Hill Harper. We met with him yesterday.
We said that. So yeah, that's dope. We said that last week and we actually met him yesterday.
Yeah. Shout out to Hill. We're working on something big too, Ian. So I'll let you know.
We're gonna call you after this.
So we was talking yesterday and I'm like, well, because he's an enthusiast for Bitcoin. And I'm like, Bitcoin really doesn't. I'm invested in Bitcoin myself. And I said, but Bitcoin doesn't really have any use case. He said, well, gold doesn't have any use case. If you really think about it, what's the use case for gold? Outside of wearing it as jewelry, it's a store of value. It's somewhere to put money instead of, fiat currency. And I said, yeah, you're right. If you think about it like that. So it was like, as far as, I say that to say, Dogecoin, from my understanding, doesn't really have a use case.
At all.
But something doesn't need a use case to go up in value. Even art.
Yeah.
You can make the same comparison about art.
Yeah.
So could it potentially keep going up? Of course, because human emotion and the markets move. However, we see this with GameStop. Whatever people want, if enough people want it to go up, it's going to continue to go up. The problem with this, and the same thing with Safemoon. Once again, Safemoon, if you're making money on it, congratulations. But I think we have to have a certain level when you're talking about things, you have to be cautious because you don't want to lead sheep to the slaughterhouse. Yeah. And at least me personally, I never want to be responsible for somebody losing their life savings or losing their money just because I'm just promoting on something that doesn't really have any usage. Safemoon was just created 3 months ago, has really no use case. And it's like, okay, it's going up. So cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if Safemoon went away tomorrow, would the world change? Would anything be affected? So what I'm saying by this is just be intelligent. Investing isn't gambling, but it can become synonymous with gambling when you apply gambling principles. Yeah. And when you just invest in something just because it's going up, that's not really the best way to go about it. But you can make money doing that. But I'm just not comfortable promoting something like that because I can't justify, other than saying it's going up right now, I can't justify
rationale.
why it's going up.
Yeah, I think and Ian, I think you said this, and I'm sure you have. There's a difference between an investment and a trade.
Yeah, so it's a great trade.
Right, so it's a great trade, right? If you can put money in something and it goes 2,000% in 2 months, that's a great trade. Is it a great investment? I don't think so, right? And that's why we won't say that, hey, you should go after that. We're saying if you're making money, great. Make sure you know your exit points. But the thing with the difference between Bitcoin, which we said has no purpose really, right? We don't have a fundamental use for it. And Dogecoin, which also has no fundamental use, is that Bitcoin has a limited supply. And so Dogecoin has no limited supply. It's 129 billion coins.
But even Ethereum doesn't have a limited supply though.
It has a usage though, right? So that it changes.
There's a use case for it. Yeah. And then also to like,
yeah, go ahead. Now I was going to say, so it's 5, but they have 129 billion coins. They're producing 5 billion every year. And what's the purpose of it? Right. So it's tough for me to really invest in something I don't really understand. And so if people are making money, great. I'm just on the sideline thinking, okay, well, hopefully people don't get burned. And if they make money, they'll take it out and hopefully do the right thing with it. Invest in something that they get fundamental understanding of.
Yeah. Can we tell the truth about what's going on?
Go ahead.
I mean, look, man, most people that are in the investing industry, there are some that are great. And we talked about them before. Ackman, Simons, Howard Marks, AQ Capital. There's a few that are like legendarily amazing in terms of performance. So when the Winklevoss twins got pushed out of Facebook because they got robbed by Zuckerberg, they were the one who started to push for Bitcoin. And they're the one who got everyone involved on the institutional side. Then it got discovered that the hedge funds were not working as hard as everyone thinks. And everyone's like, hey, if I'm getting better returns, why turn my money over to them? And then Bitcoin began to ran off. And we talked about it last year. Like if Bitcoin got institutional adoption, it would take off like crazy. I think we talked about this last October or September. And now that the gains are there, everyone's trying to run up to offset the losses, and they are trying to keep themselves from losing clients. Don't you guys think it's interesting on Monday and Fridays when funds are typically reporting to clients, or end of quarter or top of quarter, the market is going up like crazy. Then middle of week or middle of quarter, we're sliding down for a long period of time. I want you guys to be able to see every part of the game so you don't get used. So if you're making money on a trade, I'm not mad at it. I'm happy for you. I want you to get your money. But all this is happening because it got exposed that hedge funds, prop firms, and managers were not producing returns and were not even trying to get better returns for people. And then once that lid got taken off, they're trying to catch up. So now that they miss Bitcoin, they're running to everything else to prop the market up. And what's not being talked about is these gains are being printed really fast because the market is not driving the value that it should. And then the job market is not as good as it should be. So I'm in New York City right now. I've never seen the city look more dry than it does now. But if you looked at the market, you wouldn't be able to tell. So if I get you to focus on this hand, but I'm robbing you here with the job market, and then when we have another recession in 2027, I think the job market will be done. And we will go to even, I mean, I put it up today, but like with the thing I told you guys about, like the no email thing, Cal Newport is really going to push for tech companies to not do any email at all. Then it's going to be a very hard line of performance-based KPIs that are ridiculous to maintain, so they can fire you and then push automation even heavier. Please be careful. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is people I'm talking to in tech that are telling me this shit. So be careful. For those of you that are in your trades, know when you're going to get out and when to take profit, because I don't want you to be up 200 grand and then in 6 months you're down 30. It can happen. Be careful. Mm-hmm. That is the truth about what's really going on. So I think it's dope that everybody's running up and it's to the moon and everybody's high-fiving. Great. But we had a huge drawdown on Saturday. Thank God it recovered. Mm-hmm. But what if we went through a drawdown period for 3 months? Most people would be wiped out, but the hedge funds would be taking profit before it gets there. Use those markets of 5X and 10X to be able to get out. And go look at what the price of Dogecoin was in January compared to where it is now. You'll see what the multiple was. Yeah. All the hedge funds getting out of one place.
You said a drawdown for 3 months. Try 3 years. We were in this thing in 2017. And we watched our accounts get slaughtered. But you know what? We just said, all right, I opened up my Coinbase for a year and a half.
We're going to stay here.
Did I talk about VET last time?
Yeah, you mentioned it. You can talk about it again. I just want last thing on Dogecoin. So Ian, this is crazy. So think about this, right? Its market cap is over like 60 billion right now, right? So it's worth right now. It's worth more than Walgreens. It's worth more than Las Vegas Sands, and it's worth more than CrowdStrike. Right now, with no purpose. Interesting stuff.
No, I didn't talk about VET last time. I talked about VET in my financial planning call.
Okay,
University. Yeah. So. Yeah, the power of buy and hold. So if anybody knows my story about crypto, Binance, when they stopped their access to America and I couldn't move my coins off, and I kind of just kept them there. I'm not locked out, but I just can't move my coin. I just gotta, take some time to actually move them off. But long story short, in 2017, I got a lot of these altcoins, and the vast majority, well, not the vast, a lot of them, I lost everything on. A lot of them went to zero. That's why when they talk about these Safemoons and all of that, like I've actually been through this before. Like I've seen coins go to zero. It's not hypothetical. I actually saw it happen, and I lost money myself. But that's why I said I'm not going to lead uneducated, vulnerable investors into a position where they can get taken advantage of. But it's not really too much to talk about with the safe coins of the world. Like if you want to buy it, it's no technical analysis. It's no analysis that we can't give you a fundamental breakdown of it. It's like, hey, buy it. If it goes up, great. If not, just, hold your shirt. Long story short,
don't lose your shirt.
The power of buy and hold. So I forgot. So I went into Binance and I had like 5 times more money than I had 2 months ago. And I'm like, yo, where did all this money come from? So I had a lot of coins that went up in value, but VET, V-E-T, VeChain.
VeChain, yep.
Who knew? I had 23,000 VeChain coins. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize I was actually holding the coins. I got like $6,000 in VeChain. It went crazy. It was up like 40% one day. Yeah. So when Doge and all these other coins was going up, VeChain was going up crazy, like 40% one day, 30% one day. And I'm like, I just got a random $6,000 and 23,000 VET coins. But the moral of the story is that sometimes you never know. I never sold it. I held it from 2017, forgot about it. I actually literally forgot about it. Yeah. Went into my Binance. And what do you know?
Yeah. Over the past 3 months, it's up 614%. Surprise.
Sometimes you never know.
Yeah, and then if you guys just take the top 5 that you love the most in crypto and hold them, you can essentially make a makeshift ETF and just hold. The principles I know I only go over long-term investing. That's also for risk mitigation on the legal side too. Use the strategy and apply it to everything else. So even in neighborhoods, like for those of you in real estate, look at that building the top 4 in crypto. It's like comps. So if you take the top 4 and you hold them for a 5-10 year period, and the great part about real estate investors, they already know this. When it comes to trading and investing, they trick all the traders into doing short-term positions for higher commissions for the company. Like you guys have to be able to see every part of the game because everybody has an agenda, even me. I just want to help you guys win so much that if I decide to run for president of Mars or something, you'll vote for me. I did right by you on Earth, and we'll be good on Mars. Let me know.
You're going in with space as
like make your own makeshift ETF, invest in 4, hold them. Like I know buy and hold isn't sexy, but that is done intentionally. Like I was telling Wayno when I was talking to him yesterday, like everything that is exciting to us, guns, drugs, entertainment, football, relatively makes no money. The things that are boring, venture capital, angel investing, stock market, commercial real estate, plots of land. They tell us it's boring and all the wealth is there. You think that's accidental? Got to see behind the curtain and see the other side of the game.
Yes.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.